This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete Haynes online manual at haynes.com.
Open the driver's door and pull the bonnet release lever. Depress the safety catch and open the bonnet. Pull up and remove the outer section of the engine cover. Then pull the central section upwards as well. Unscrew the cap from the coolant expansion tank. Fully apply the handbrake. Position the jack head under the reinforced section of the door sill flange and raise the vehicle until the wheel is clear of the ground. Support the vehicle with an axle stand under the reinforced section of the sill flange. The engine under tray is secured by various fasteners around its circumference. Undo the fasteners, disengage the front edge, and remove the under tray from beneath the vehicle. Place a suitable container beneath the right-hand end of the radiator. Release the clamp, disconnect the bottom hose from the radiator, and allow the coolant to drain into the container. It may be necessary to hold the bottom hose down to drain the contents. To fully drain the system, remove the intake duct cover, lift out the intake hose, and unclip the duct. Unclip the air hose from the base of the air cleaner housing. Release the wiring loom from the retaining clip and slide the loom bracket from the bracket. Reposition the container, slacken the clamp, then disconnect the heater hose from the oil cooler and allow the coolant to drain. Remove the container from beneath the vehicle. Reconnect the radiator bottom hose and secure it with the clamp. Where applicable, reconnect the heater hose and securely refit the clamp. Clip the wiring loom back into place, then reconnect the air intake hose and refit the intake duct and cover. Fully unscrew the wheel bolts and remove the wheel. Undo the various fasteners and remove the access panel from the inner wheel arch. Undo the nut and two bolts, then move the fuel filter assembly to one side without disconnecting any hoses. Using a spanner on the lug provided, rotate the belt tensioner clockwise until a drill bit can be inserted and the tensioner locked in place. If the belt is to be reused, mark its direction of rotation. Slip the belt from the pulleys. Depress the clip at the front and lift the cover from the battery. Slacken the negative lead clamp nut and with a twisting motion, pull the clamp from the battery terminal. Position the lead to one side to prevent accidental reconnection. Depress the clip and pull the 2-wire plug from the rear of the alternator. Unscrew the lower and upper alternator mounting bolts. Gently tap the bolt heads to release the centering nuts, then remove the bolts and pull the alternator from its bracket a little. Unscrew the wiring harness clip retaining nut. Remove the plastic cap, unscrew the nut and disconnect the battery positive cable from the alternator terminal. Lift the alternator from place. Note their various positions, then disconnect the hoses and wiring plug and pull the vacuum solenoid from the bracket above the thermostat coolant hose. Release the spring clip and pull the coolant hose from the thermostat cover. Undo the bolts and remove the cover complete with thermostat. Twist the thermostat 90 degrees clockwise and pull it from the cover. Remove the old seal and clean the mating face of the cover. Locate the new seal on the cover, then insert the thermostat and twist it 90 degrees anti-clockwise to secure it. Manoeuvre the thermostat cover into position, then refit the retaining bolts and tighten them securely. Refit the coolant hose and secure it with the spring clip. Slide the vacuum solenoid into place, then reconnect the vacuum hoses and wiring plug. Then reconnect the battery positive lead, wiring harness clip and 2-wire plug. Don't forget to refit the plastic cap. Fully locate the alternator and insert the retaining bolts. Tighten the retaining bolts to the specified torque. Locate the drive belt on the pulleys, ensuring the belt ribs are correctly located in the pulley grooves. Hold the tensioner with the spanner, remove the drill bit, and slowly release the tensioner. Manoeuvre the fuel filter assembly into position, then secure it with the nut and bolts. Refit the wheel arch liner panel and securely refit the various fasteners. Manoeuvre the under tray into place and engage the front edge, noting how some of the tangs fit above the front shield and some fit below. Refit the various fasteners and tighten them securely. Locate the wheel over the hub, then insert and lightly tighten the retaining bolts. Lower the vehicle to the ground. And tighten the wheel bolts to the specified torque. Refit the trim cap to the centre of the wheel. Press the lead clamp fully down over the battery negative terminal, then tighten the retaining nut securely. Engage the rear of the cover with the plastic hinges, then lower the cover to secure it with the clip. Locate the central section of the engine cover over its mountings, then refit the outer section pressing it down firmly to engage the rubber mountings. Don't forget to check that the dipstick rubber grommet fits correctly into the cover. Slowly fill the system with the coolant. Continue to fill the cooling system until bubbles stop appearing in the expansion tank. Help to bleed the air from the system by repeatedly squeezing the radiator bottom hose. When no more bubbles appear, top the coolant level up to the max level mark, then securely refit the cap to the expansion tank. Run the engine at a fast idle speed until the cooling fan cuts in. Wait for the fan to stop, then switch the engine off and allow the engine to cool. When the engine has cooled, check and, if necessary, top up the coolant level. Firmly lower the bonnet to engage the catch, then check it's securely closed.